Hey guys, long time no talk, right? I'm still working in my mini junk journal. I'm doing like a page a day, a little behind on the videos, but so I'm starting out on this die cut piece of Bristol cardstock that I cut out these stars with my Cricut electronic die cutting machine, and I plan to tip it into my journal. And I got this set of Daniel Smith watercolors from Michaels, and it was like super expensive, but I used a 60% off coupon. And so it comes with these watercolors, and then it also comes with the titanium white watercolor ground, which is what I was coating my page with. So now I'm gonna take this stamp by Dina Wakley Media, and it's the Friends to the End stamp. And I'm gonna stamp with tea dye because I plan on kind of like painting it with watercolors to kind of make it like look my own. And I'm only stamping up the one girl, not both of them. So I'm just gonna attempt to do some watercoloring. I enjoy it, but I'm not really that great at it. So just, you know, trying to practice a little bit. So I have the Jane Davenport I'm not sure if it's called the neutrals or the flesh tone watercolor set. But yeah, so I'm just using some like flesh tone colors to color in her face, and then the distress ink, since it's water reactive, it kind of fades away and you can't see that it was stamped. It kind of makes it look like you just painted it. So I'm just laying down like a wash of color over the whole thing, and then I'm gonna go in and add like some darker areas, but I'm not really that patient, so I should have let it dry between the layers, but instead I didn't, so everything kind of blended together, and then in the end it just there's not really that much like value of color. But you know, I'm enjoying this technique, and I've been doing it a lot lately on my other pages, so you know, you practice, you get better. So I'm adding a little bit of gray in. I'm using the browns, adding a little bit of gray in. And I'm trying to follow the lines of the stamp, but I'm also trying to think about where shadows and highlights fall on someone's face who's like looking straight forward like that. And like I said, it all kind of blends into one color, but if I was patient and let like things dry, thinking about the shadows and putting them in like that probably would have made a little more sense, but you know, whatever. So I'm also gonna add in some of those Daniel Smith watercolors. These are this one is rhodonite genuine, and this set of colors is all like from minerals, so the colors have this gorgeous like light shimmer because it's like actually like ground up like gemstones and stuff. It's insane, which is why it's so expensive, but it's like I can't even describe, like it's just this nothing like it little shimmer like when you look closely. So I was losing a lot of the details, so I decided to stamp it again with some gray ink, and that's why I left my stamp on the platform while I was doing my painting in case I needed to stamp it to bring the details back in. And then off camera I just continued adding layers just the same way I did, and you can see here that it's, you know, it all looks pretty gray, you know, but I don't know, you can see a little bit of the Daniel Smith colors like the purple and stuff, and you know, that's okay. Next time I'll do better. So starting out on my page here, my watercolor medium is now dry, and I'm applying some of the Daniel Smith watercolors to a piece of acetate, and then I'm smooshing it on my page there. And I like to do this because using the acetate to apply the colors, because it gets really organic looking, and like sometimes when you just apply it with a brush, the lines that it makes, like where you stopped on the outside, I'm not crazy about. So when you use the acetate, it just kind of gets more organic, and then you have like those spots in there and the little color splots here and there, and it's just something that you can't get with doing it with the paintbrush. It just doesn't look the same. I mean, you can add splatters in, you know, whatever, but it's just not the same. And okay, so now I added the purple, and the purple is the amethyst, and I forget what the blue is called, but and then I'm gonna add a little bit of a dark black around a dark black. Yeah, black is dark. Okay, so a little bit of black around the edges, and then I'm gonna bring in some of that magenta-y fuchsia color, and I'm gonna add a little bit more of the magenta color to my image because she was looking really gray against my colors in the background. So I just wanted to bring in a little bit more of that. I'm just going to make sure my layer's dry there because I want to do a little stamping on top. So I'm stamping with the Mesh Texture stamp by Viva Las Vegas Stamps, which is just a whole bunch of teeny tiny dots. And I'm stamping with that shadow gray ink, the Ranger Archival. And then I'm also going to take... Wow, that was a really long gap there. I don't know where I went. I guess I went to get another stamp. Oh, God. So now I'm going to... I just realized what I did. I'm doing the voiceover because I thought I had edited this whole thing, but I only edited it halfway. So that's why normally I would cut out a gap like that. But the rest of this is... and I don't know if we're going to stop. We might just keep going. So I'm stamping now with the black archival ink and row of number stamp by Viva Las Vegas Stamps. And I'm just stamping like around the edges. And then I'm going to fill a little bit in of a lighter kind of stamping in the center, just to bring a little bit of interest into the center. And I'm going to trim a little bit of her head off because she was taking up a lot of real estate on my page, and I really wanted to be able to see those watercolors and the stars, the cutout, you know, in the background. And then I'm taking this butterfly stamp and I'm just stamping half of its wing on the side of my page, so it's like coming off. And you know, it's just like a design element. It's not really like, oh, it's a butterfly, you know, it's just like a little something there. And then I have these stickers by 7 Dot Studio, and I'm taking 2 stickers to make a different word, and it says follow the moon and the stars, which I thought was fitting because of the stars. So I'm gonna adhere my chick there with some clear tacky glue. And I don't care if the glue goes through the stars because, you know, it's going to dry and it doesn't matter. So then I'm going to take some of my favorite gold splatters, which is the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Gold, and use a really thin watercolor paintbrush to sprinkle that around my background. And once it's dry, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I love that stuff so much. I'm going to be sad when they stop making it. Actually, they might already have, because I don't think the color shines are really that happening anymore. So I was gonna tip my page in, just apply some washi tape so that you could really see, you know, that it was a cutout. But then I saw it against this like tan orangish color, and this is like an envelope, a piece of packaging that I had got some Happy Mail, and I really liked that, so I decided just to stick it down. I mean, you can still see that the stars are cutouts. So I just did a little bit of stamping all over the background page so that you could see a little bit of something through the stars. It wasn't just plain. and I stamped some stars because it matched, and some more of that mesh texture just to kind of like fill things in. And then I just stuck it down with some glue, and that is it for my page. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, I wanted to say that I'm working in my mini junk journal, which I had made a bunch and put them on my Etsy shop, and I had done 10 and they sold out really quick, so I added 5 more, and there's 1 left. So if you want it, I would grab it, because it says, you know, it says how many people have it in their cart. It says 20 people have it in their cart. So I'll put a link to my Etsy shop down below if you're interested. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye, guys.